Hello and welcome back to the Creme de la Prem podcast. I'm Waleed, joined by Wa'il and Abdullah. We're here to discuss match week 2 of the Premier League. Crazy games, crazy shit. And we're going to start with Liverpool 3, Newcastle 2 at St. James's Park. Wa'il, what do you think?
It was an insane game. Such a weird game, like I was telling you when we were watching it. It was one of the most confusing games I've ever watched, where a team, like, we looked so in control at 2-0, and obviously Newcastle had that red card, and I was just like, okay, we're just going to cruise it. And then some black magic just happens, and Newcastle find their way back, and what an end to a game with RIO, a 16-year-old, at the death. Magical moment, something that will live long in the memory, I swear. Like, we're not going to forget this for a long time.
Let's start with the first half then. So the first 30 minutes, genuinely, it felt like it was only Newcastle doing anything in the game. It didn't really feel like we got into it much. Liverpool got into the game much, but then Gravenberch's goal kind of just changed the kind of momentum, and it started to look like we were dominating them, honestly, and that kind of continued into I guess added time when Gordon, felt reckless enough to go and do that and get his red card. But then also the beginning of the second half, where we decided to score from kickoff without our manager on the touchline. It was a great goal by Katike as well, and it seemed like smooth sailing. And I don't know how to. I don't even.
Well,
know
it was a spicy affair from the get-go.
Yeah, Newcastle were physical. A bit argument on the red card, but for me it was a red card.
Who's
For
arguing?
Gordon?
Who's arguing the red
Yeah, for
card?
Gordon.
It was definitely a red card. He came in so strong.
I was watching the
unnecessarily.
game. Yeah, I was watching the game with my friends. Half of us said it was a yellow card, and the other half said it was a red card. I can see.
Bro,
that.
he
I
hit
can
him
see-
from the knee, from the calf
Yes.
down. He scraped
Nah.
his leg.
There's scars, Abdullah.
Brother,
No.
brother.
What
No.
What do you mean no?
No, what?
You can't.
Okay. It could be a red card, and it could be a yellow card.
No, it can't be a yellow
No,
card.
dude.
Let's be honest.
Once your boot is that high, it's a red card.
Abdullah, it's reckless.
Your boot is
it's
that high. It's
dangerous.
dangerous.
Yeah,
And the whole
Gordon
time,
was reckless,
the
a bit
whole-
reckless.
And the whole time he was doing the VAR check, I didn't
Yeah,
even
Gordon
care
was
if he was
reckless.
giving him a red. I only cared if Virgil wasn't injured. I genuinely thought he was
Genuinely
injured.
could have hurt, like hurt him badly
He-
with that.
he could. I wish he did. But...
Good lady.
Yeah, I don't like Van Dijk. You can see that in the first. I think the first goal you conceded, he was a bit off.
What?
Off in his
Virgil
position.
had a great game. He had nothing to do with that first goal that
No.
we conceded. It was
Yeah,
just it was more Kirkes on the first goal, because he was like just not going up for the header and had his back to Bruno when Bruno came in.
It's
Virgil
more
was
on
doing
Van
his
Dijk.
man. The ball was
he's
over
fucking the
Virgil.
ball.
He was
Yeah.
never gonna get
Yeah,
that.
maybe.
I mean,
But generally from Newcastle,
But in general, this
Oh.
game, I think Liverpool got the 3 points. That's the most important thing.
yeah.
Newcastle were physical. This team.
I mean, they
should-
deserve credit
Yeah, they
for the
deserve-
way they responded to the red card and
Yeah, they
going
could-
2-0 down. Like,
in
even
the first
before the
half,
red
they
card,
controlled the
they
game.
were.
Yeah,
I don't know about control. They made it their game for sure with the high press and making it almost impossible for us to play through the midfield. We really struggled to get any sort of rhythm going,
yeah.
and they were on it with the set pieces and the throw-ins and all of these crosses and long balls, and making every duel like really risky and tough for us. And that continued into the second half, even with the red card. Like, I don't know how they were able to do it, but they managed to like stop us even from being able to play out. We couldn't get a foul on the game. We had the ball. I don't understand. That's why I'm saying it was such a weird game. We had the ball like 60% possession, even more than that, and yet when I was watching it, it felt like we were struggling to get on the ball.
I mean,
And,
60%
that was because of
possession.
Newcastle.
60% possession, 5 shots in the whole game, 3 goals. I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But 5 shots in the whole game was really poor, I think, overall. We didn't really like we were saying earlier, we kind of played exactly with the way they wanted us to, and we couldn't deal, especially in the second half, we couldn't deal with what they were throwing at us. We couldn't deal with the set pieces properly, which meant
There was
there
a lot of pressure,
set piece
and that's what led to
upon set piece.
the second goal. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
interesting. Like I mentioned it in one of the post match interviews. It was like, yeah, they were a man down, but when your keeper's taking all the set pieces from his own half, it's kind of like exactly the same as it's always going to be.
Yeah, he mentioned it was barely a football match, and I agree. It wasn't. I swear it wasn't football what we were watching.
I mean, if there was the accurate amount of added time was added, we would have been going on for another 30 minutes in added time. Honestly,
Genuinely, like the ball was. I think the stat was the ball was in play for like 40 minutes of the game, which is the lowest ever recorded in the Premier League.
Yeah,
So
I think
that there
I
tells you the
saw.
story of the game.
Yeah, I saw a tweet. It was like from 2010.
till now,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I know people are gonna come out of this game and say that it was an exciting game, and I guess it was. I mean, it was an exciting game, I guess. But if we're being,
Hella
if
exciting.
I mean, if we're being completely honest, besides like the actual, like there were 5 goals scored, there was a red card, but in terms of actually watching the game, I did not watch football. I watched like I watched.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of quality
Hey,
play
it
out
was
there.
not.
I don't know. It wasn't
That was
football.
not
It was
football.
something else. It was like NFL or
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know.
It was a let up for us in terms of like getting that late winner from Rio, which what a way to make your debut. It was really weird when he was coming on. Like he was supposed to come on like 5 minutes before, but the pressure that Newcastle were putting on us with all of these set pieces and throw-ins meant. Slot was like, well, we don't want to bring on Rio and Elliot right now because they're very small and they're gonna get taken advantage of in these set pieces. So it's like we have to hold off on these. And 5 minutes is a long time to wait to be subbed on. Like it can really disrupt you as a sub. So to be able to come on in that sort of game, ferocious kind of atmosphere, and stay cool and calm when the ball is played into you, like right in the middle of the box, and it's just you and the goalie, and you have to take it first time.
Yeah.
It's an insane finish for a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I was.
Yeah, it was an insane finish.
I was very like that whole moment in terms of from back to front with the play. For
It
the
was
goal.
literally the only
was-
good play we had in the second half.
It was, but like it was. Well, I mean, besides the goal, the second goal, but it was like I don't think I've ever had a moment in a football game where it felt more like slow motion as the ball is being played into him. And
When Soboslai dummied it.
Szoboszlai when Szoboszlai dummied it, that was the last thing I was. Even though it was like the obvious thing to do in the end, I did not expect it whatsoever. When he dummied it, I was like, "What's going on?" And it just
It was
landed.
such a smart bit of
And it's
play.
landing at. I'm seeing a red shirt there, ready, waiting for the ball by himself in the middle of the box. I'm like, oh, okay, we have a chance. And I'm realizing as he's shooting it, I'm realizing it's Rio, and I'm like, I can't believe what I'm watching. And it just like fires into the bottom
Yeah.
corner. It was in the side netting. It was such a good finish.
It was the only bit of play where we actually took advantage of the fact that we were one man up.
Wow, there were several times in the second half where we could have created something. When we were driving at
And the
them.
final
And
pass
we-
was lacking a couple of
yeah,
times. Yeah, but that was
bad
literally a
decision making.
handful
It
of
was
times.
poor.
But it was literally only like 1 or 2 times you can think of those
Don't forget,
moments.
it was a tough match for Liverpool. With the whole Isaac thing, and it was a bit
Yeah.
emotional game for Newcastle.
Well, it was for
So it
Newcastle
was
for sure. I mean,
yeah,
they
for
were
Newcastle,
like
yeah,
they built it up
They
as
were-
this kind of like war.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
keep
main thing
going.
is they got it in the
yeah,
end.
that's the
But,
point. Yeah, that's what makes the champion team.
so the concerning bit is the defending on those specific goals. Kirkes should have 100% better
Yeah,
on that one.
don't forget, some players are new to the team, so they need
Yeah.
more time, and it's a new
No,
league
I
for
get that.
for
sure, I'm
Verts,
with
like
you.
he needs more time. So I think
I'm
he
not
should
too
be
hard.
more
I'm not
easy
going to
on the
be too
team.
hard on Verts
Yeah.
and other
Yeah.
players because it's such a tough game.
It's a
play.
tough game. It's a tough league. It's a new style of football for them. So
And the
They need
team
more
as a
time.
whole was really poor in that second half. So it's not really
Yeah,
an
yeah.
individual person, an individual
no, I
individual
don't think it's
player
an
that's
individual
like.
person. Yeah, it's not a problem. with them.
So I'm not going to,
Yeah.
give too much stock to the idea that Verts has been poor. Like
But I mean,
in a game like
interesting-
that, no one can shine. I mean, Salah didn't do really much at all until the last second of that game where he laid on the assist.
What's so crazy about how much it felt like Liverpool were on the receiving end of so much intensity that they were not able to give back.
We couldn't breathe, bro.
It's crazy that at the end you look at the statistics and it says that we won an even amount of duels, as in Newcastle and Liverpool won the exact same amount of duels across ground duels, aerial duels across the whole game. I don't know how that's possible. It definitely didn't feel like that when I was watching the game.
Well, it was a lot of defending in our box. That's probably where all it came from because, like we mentioned, we had the lion's share of possession, and yet they had almost twice as many touches in our box as we did in theirs, and that says a lot in terms of like how they were able to overload our box with these crosses and set pieces, and pin us back. They really pinned us back, and you have to give credit to them, especially given the fact they were man down. They had Joelinton and Tonali come off injured. Shar also came off with a concussion. So to be able to keep up that energy and that pressure for all the way to the end, when there was an onslaught for the last 10 minutes of the game before we got our goal. It was just ball after ball coming in. They hung in there, and that one magical moment won it for us.
3 more points. I think what's interesting about this on Newcastle is it's like a complete 180 from their game against Villa, where it seemed like they had no intensity and they didn't really create much at all.
It was so strange. Like, imagine if they brought this much intensity to all their games, they would have easily won that game against Villa.
Yeah, it does make you think, like, do they really need to have all this outside noise to get motivated for a game like this when their club is in such a tough situation?
It was so manufactured as well. Like there was genuinely nothing from a Liverpool standpoint that they did anything to create any
it's natural, but why? It's natural for the team that doesn't want to sell their player to be fired up for this kind of thing.
But people are making it out as if Liverpool have done some sort of injustice in just putting in a bid for Isak. Like, it's not like we've told him, hey, don't go to your preseason, fake an injury.
I mean, we don't know that.
Yeah, of course.
Refuse to play.
No, of course.
Liverpool have not told him to do shit. This is all on him and his agent.
Yeah, of course. I don't think
Liverpool put in a bid, and once Newcastle said we're not going to entertain any sale at the moment, they were like, okay, call us. Until an opportunity arises, which I think is happening soon, where they're able to find a replacement and sign maybe 1 or 2 strikers, then I think they'll have to succumb to a bid, because there's no way Isak is going to play for them again, and you can't be in the situation where your best player is not playing, and they're unhappy and unsettling everyone. So their hand has been forced a bit.
Yeah, and I think lastly on this game in Liverpool, something concerning maybe heading into the next game with Arsenal is the fact that we couldn't deal with set pieces properly, and they will have been watching that and thinking we can get at them. I am worried about that.
That is for sure something that we need to keep an eye on, and we're gonna be up against the set piece kings next week, so they'll definitely have to work on that midweek. But like I said, and those 2 goals were really the main chances that they created from those set pieces. By and large, we dealt with it most of the time. So I think that should give us a bit more hope that they can deal with it better.
Okay, now we move on to Tottenham 2, Man City 0. A great away performance.
This was an insane game.
A great away performance from Thomas Frank and his team. I think
I've told you, both of you.
Yeah, you did. To be fair, you did say that last week.
The Spurs have a good history at playing away at City anyway, but this was a different kind of
but it's a new manager, it's a new team mostly.
Yeah, it was a different kind of performance. I mean, I
Man
think
City as well, different kind of team.
I think interestingly, the start of their game against Wolves last week with City was kind of set the precedent for what this game was. You felt like before they scored last week, Wolves were pushing them and countering them. They looked dangerous, and they weren't, but they just didn't have the quality to put any those couple of chances away. And then here, contrastingly, Tottenham, that was their entire game plan. They made great use of those transitions. That was how they got their first goal. And struggling to remember now, what was the second goal?
Second goal was a gift from Trafford. He basically passed them the ball
from a high press. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, I don't understand how he didn't see how close the Tottenham player was to Reinders when he was receiving that ball.
I don't understand how a club as big as Manchester City keep buying those goalkeepers. I don't understand that.
Well, they look like they're gonna go for Donnarumma, which is a complete.
They're complete opposite of both.
Opposite of what they've had before.
I think maybe they're panicking a little, because I don't see why spend.
It seems like a panic buy for sure, because it's such a departure from what they're
definitely panicking.
I don't see why you spend £27 million on a goalkeeper that you expect to put on the bench. Like, I mean, it's not £27 million.
I mean, that's not that big of a deal.
No, it's not like a whole. It's not
in England international.
It's not a whole lot of money in the current market. But I think if you think about it, they were gonna sell him. Burnley were gonna try and sell him to Newcastle for like 40 mil. That's what they think he was worth. And obviously City had that buyback clause, so it came out to 27 million. But I don't think going into these last few games, or going to the last game, going to the end of the transfer window, that they actually wanted to buy Donnarumma when they were set out this season.
Yeah, I don't think they were thinking of having to rely on
the Donnarumma
Trafford
development
either.
was a recent thing in terms of the fact that PSG pushed him out. They signed a new keeper, Chevalier, and he became made available. So these things, I don't see how they were aware of this before the transfer window.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, I don't think they were planning also on having to rely on Trafford as well.
I believe
Um,
City are panicking since the winter window with all those buys.
yeah, you could argue that as
Yeah,
well.
I think they are panicking. They're just buying players. That's it.
I
Except for
mean,
Reinders, I don't see any of other players
when
should play for City.
when it came to those January transfers, I think it was sort of panicky, but also like trying to ensure they get top 4 because they were really in that top 4 race. Like it was dangerous for like until the last few games.
Yeah. I think what needs to be said about this game is that Thomas Frank read Man City like a book. Like he knew exactly how they were going to play, and really set up his team well to be able to take advantage of those mistakes, but also of the really high line that Man City were playing. That first goal comes from a great ball over the top and a nice flick on from Richarlison. I think was it someone flicked the ball on, or was it Richarlison that received it? I can't remember.
No, Richarlison was the one who received the flick on, I believe, because he was the one that played the pass into Brennan Johnson.
And he was like just onside. It was a really close call, but you could tell from when the replay happened he was onside, and he laid it on a plate for Johnson, and and then literally not even, I think maybe like 10 minutes later, that calamity from Trafford gave it away, and it was 2-0. And you never really thought that City were going to get back in it. They were really struggling to create some chances. There was that one good chance, I think, with Haaland where he headed it over, and then another one where
Haaland could have equalized. Oh no, not equalized. Sorry, brought them within one at the end of the half.
Yeah. There was another moment where in Spurs' box they gave it away, and Haaland, instead of shooting, he passed it but didn't give it well enough to the other Man City attacker and just fizzled out. But yeah,
I mean, I think this is kind of what we said in our predictions, that or at least for me, because I put them third behind Arsenal. I just don't believe in their defense. I think especially now, I mean, it became very apparent after the Spurs game, like playing that high line. You're gonna need.
But for me, the issue really wasn't a defense.
Why? You're playing a high line and you don't have very fast players, and they got caught on the break.
What, they do have fast players though.
Not in defense. John Stones is fast.
No, but it's not like he's a donkey.
John Stones, Rico Lewis, Ruben Diaz is not that fast, I don't think. Right, Nuri's pretty fast.
No, they're not that fast, but I know it came off before the goals were scored because he was injured. But Ake came on and he's quite fast, so I think it was more like that was really the only time that Spurs could take advantage of that moment was that goal. But I think the second goal, you can't really blame on the defense. That's just Trafford giving the ball away stupidly.
But they're instructed to do this kind of thing, as in like play that kind of football.
Yeah, but
even when there's pressure.
They're instructed to play the ball out of the back, but yeah, I mean, they're obviously thinking like, okay, use some common sense when you're passing it out. Don't pass it to a guy in your box when there's an attacker right on him. The second one, you can't really say it's a defensive thing. It's more of just a common sense thing from the goalkeeper. He should not be playing that ball. It was just
I genuinely believe that this is what they train. This is how they train, and they're used to this sort of thing. So that's why he did it.
Coaches train they train them in the system and how they want them to play. But at the same time, they expect their players to be able to recognize situations where, okay, I can't really play out the back.
But they should recognize that.
Either have to hit it long.
But they should recognize that when they have 4 or 5 players camped in around their box. That's
Jean Palhinha is the one who should have realized. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can do that from the beginning, not by starting it. You started their press for them, as in like because you played it short in the beginning and you passed it around and then you messed up. You could have just gone long from the beginning from the goal kick. When it comes to Tottenham, then I think they can take this. They can take this really positively. I think they look strong. They look defensively solid.
Yeah, it's a huge boost for them.
2 clean sheets in a row.
2 wins in a row. Yeah, exactly. 2 clean sheets. And they've got a good, favourable upcoming set of fixtures, so they could go from strength to strength and really build on a good platform for the rest of the season.
I think they look good for top 5.
Yeah, of course they're going to be top 5. It's a good start for Spurs winning the first 2 games.
Well, I don't know if it's of course.
Against City.
If you think about other teams that were around there, as in like Newcastle and Villa, I think they've looked far better than both of them.
But it's also been 2 games. Like, let's see how it pans out. But I had them either 6th or 7th in my predictions, so not far off. But don't forget they're going to have Champions League as well, so we're going to have to see how they can cope with that. Pep has a lot of thinking to do.
Yeah, City need to get their shit together.
All
Yeah.
right, then we go on to the next game, which is Arsenal 5, Leeds nil. In the end, it's obviously you can describe it as complete domination from Arsenal, but weirdly, it was like I think the first half an hour until Odegaard went off injured. Um, first half an hour,
Yeah.
the Arsenal were on Leeds, and obviously they looked dangerous, but they didn't really create much. And then it was more so the
Yeah,
corner
I
goal.
noticed that afterwards when I was looking at the stats and also the goals, that there was not much up until they scored that first corner, right?
No, exactly. Once they scored the corner, Timber kind of opened up the game completely for them, and they scored with their only two corners of the game, which is crazy. I have in my notes. I called them corner FC.
Well,
But
we all know that.
that's what they do. I mean, that's what they know. They can dominate teams from set pieces, and they took advantage of that. Alternatively, I think it was obviously a great goal from Gyökeres on the transition. He received the ball, took it. It was on the left, cut in, went past his
Yeah.
man. He was strong enough to hold them off because I thought like maybe 2-3 times in that attack he was gonna get tackled, but he held them off strong and he finished it really nicely in the near post.
I swear to God, it was the most slow motion goal I've ever seen.
No, I was watching it and I was like, this guy's like playing on like he's just stumbling and bumbling his
Exactly.
way through it.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest. He's not the prettiest dribbler. It's still a good goal.
Yeah, it's a good goal, and he scored a pen as well later on, right? So I
Yeah,
mean,
it was a good
it's good to
pen.
get off the mark early. By the way, that penalty was not a penalty.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not a
sorry.
penalty.
I know this new kid came on and he was really good and he's exciting and he kind of did them. He got past and he 100% bought that penalty. Like that was a clear dive.
Yeah, I mean he stepped on him very briefly, and he just went down.
Yeah, but not enough to make you fall like that. Come on.
Yeah, I know he threw himself down, but you know.
And it's like not enough for a penalty in my opinion.
No, I don't think it is. But
I mean, the game was already done and dusted by then, so it really doesn't matter. Abdullah, do you want to say anything else other than
yeah,
your Bane impression? There was the Saka injury as well, so that could be a big deal. Apparently, he's going to be out for a few weeks. Could miss the Liverpool
I
game.
mean he will
think
miss.
it's-
He should
they
miss
say
the
it's-
Liverpool game.
I think
Well, you
they
never
said
know,
it's
man.
long-
Arteta kind of is cryptic with this kind of stuff. He kind of want to
No,
play as if he's playing poker or something.
I believe they said it's going to be a long time before he come back. Until
I think
October
after
or
the
November.
I
international
think it'll be a month.
No,
Yeah.
I think I think they said until October or November. It's going to be a long
No,
injury.
I don't think
No,
it's that
no,
long. I
no.
think
Yeah, yeah.
what I read was 3-4 weeks.
Yeah,
We haven't heard anything about the Odegaard injury, have we?
I think it's minor. I think he'll play.
Yeah,
against
it's
us.
minor. I
think
think
he'll play.
after the break, he's going to come back.
Oh, so he's also not going to be ready for Liverpool.
No, he's not going to be ready for
Oh, I don't know about
Oh,
that.
damn.
I didn't read that.
They're going to be without Havertz. They're going to be without Saka. They're going to be without Odegaard potentially. So that's a big hit to them.
You might think it will make them lean further into that set piece tactic they've got.
Well, yeah. Well, they're not going to have many other avenues to explore.
Maybe Eze.
But they have Madueke, so it's. Oh yeah, they got Eze.
Eze.
That's something that we need to think about as well.
Yeah.
He's going to be the machine in terms of creating goal scoring chances. You think without Odegaard and Saka, he's going to be their main outlet. It's setting up an interesting game. Really positive for Arsenal. 2 wins in the bag, 2 clean sheets. Yeah, I think they have a lot to be excited about.
I hope we can keep a clean sheet against them for once. We go on to Chelsea 5, West Ham 1 at London Stadium. It was more like Chelsea Stadium the way they played.
Yeah, West Ham were woeful.
It was the first game of the week, right? On Friday?
Yeah, it was the
Yeah, I
early game.
watched it.
Yeah.
So then 1 hour later, the whole internet got cut off.
Pretty eventful start or even pre-start to the game where we found out that Palmer was injured in the warm-up. So we
That was a shock.
we're kind of wondering what was going to happen in this game now without Palmer. You know, they brought in. I think they originally set out to play with Pedro and Delap anyway, so it wasn't actually. It wasn't one. It wasn't one of them.
Estevao that came in.
It was Estevao that came in for him, and he put in a man of the
Yeah.
match performance, obviously, because he won it. I thought João Pedro was man of the match, but they were both great. I think when we were watching the game, obviously the game starts and you have that crazy goal from Paqueta, where actually
Yeah,
it was
what a
crazy
goal.
it was,
What a goal.
it was a very good goal. I mean,
Sanchez was poor though.
I think yeah, exactly. I think I think a normal keeper, you know, does a normal keeper movement in diving for the ball will probably
Yeah.
probably will
But
save
at the
it.
same time, the whoever was defending it, I think
It was Caicedo who backed off. Yeah,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't put any pressure on him. They should have closed him down, especially if Paqueta, like from distance, he's pretty good.
from there, then Chelsea took control of the game completely.
The calamity of corners. Literally, 3
Yeah.
of their goals were corners, and West Ham defended them so poorly. Like the first one was like a flick on from Cucurella, and then João Pedro got the finishing touch.
Was that the first goal
And,
that Chelsea scored the
That was
equalizer?
that was Yeah, that was the equalizer. And then I think, was it Neto that got the second one?
Yeah, Chalobah won the ball off Paqueta,
Yeah.
and then it landed at João Pedro, who João Pedro's feet, who took a
Yeah,
touch, and then
João Pedro
he crossed.
assisted the
yeah.
goal.
He put a nice cross into the
João
box for
Pedro assisted the
Neto.
goal. Yeah, right.
That was the one where what's his face? Juan Pissaca was nowhere. Like he let him come through from the back post, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a really bad game. He made a few of those mistakes where he was not tracking his man at the back post and letting them get a free header. I think for the Enzo one as well, same exact situation. But even before Chelsea took the lead, West Ham had it 2-1, but then it got chalked off for offside.
Oh yeah.
Which is a shame because it would have been. I think it could have definitely changed the course of the game. The way they handled those corners and the goalkeeping, it was so bad. It was so bad.
I don't know why. I mean, you have Areola. I don't know why you move on to this guy. Is this a Potter signing?
I mean, for Leicester last year, he was really good, and for 18 million, it's not a bad. It's a pretty good deal. For a guy that is younger, much younger, and looked to be a bit of an upgrade. But he's gonna have a decision now. Does he stick with this guy or does he give Areola his number one shot back? But yeah, it's not looking good for West Ham. It's looking dark days ahead.
I wonder how much Palmer not playing had an effect on it, because I do feel like Palmer, like the ball is like a magnet to Palmer. So I like as in like they always play through him like for 90 minutes. So I just wonder, like, without Palmer, were they able to like play more of a team game? Maybe it was Estevan and João Pedro both controlling the game the whole time.
Yeah, but I think they would have definitely beat
him, and they would have beat them anyway. Yeah, for sure.
Crystal Palace was playing way much better football than West Ham.
Yeah,
West Ham
way more solid.
are terrible this season.
Chelsea had 5 big chances, 6 big chances created. So like that's the story of the game. Like they were creating chances at will. João Pedro had a terrific game.
What a signing!
Yeah.
I mean, 60 mil. You get what you pay for.
Yeah, we could say that, and yet for quite a lot of the other signings, they are not putting up these kinds of performances.
I mean, it was one performance. I mean, they weren't very good against Palace, but
Yeah.
it was still, yeah. I mean, I have him on FPL, so I believe in him. So, but
I believe in João Pedro.
when it comes to Potter, I do think he's going to be like the first to get sacked, because if they persist with him, I think they're in a
if it stays like this, for
proper
sure.
relegation battle.
Yeah. Who do you think they go for if they sack him? Do they make a play for Nuno?
Gary O'Neill?
No.
I mean, he's better.
Is he?
I rate him. I don't think he should have been sacked by Wolves.
I rate him as well, but I don't think he's like better.
Is it?
Nuno's staying though.
Nuno Mal Forest for Forest. Because there's a situation there where they have like a lot of bad turmoil between Nuno and the sporting director and also the owner. There's a lot of issues there.
I think interestingly, maybe throughout the season, I don't know how often we'll be able to see it, but because I don't believe Delap has been brought in to be the starting striker. I think that's supposed to be João Pedro, but the way they played against West Ham, lining up with both of them, I think we saw maybe how important Delap can be in that kind of role as the big number 9, holding back defenders, being someone to bounce the ball off of, being someone to be on the end of long balls, maybe on the end of crosses, winning headers, because that's the exact thing they needed against Palace, and for some reason they waited like I think it was over an hour of the game. I don't know when he came on.
Yeah, he came on like 75th minute. It was way too long.
It was obvious, like when that game was all crosses from Chelsea because they were not creating anything. I don't know why they waited so long for him in the first place. Yeah, I wonder with rotation what they're going to be doing with the Delap in general, and obviously they're still looking to sign Garnacho, which means maybe if you think about it, they could have 3 players on the left with João Pedro and Garnacho and Gittins. So I don't know. So we go to Fulham 1, Man United 1. Amorim ball means what? 1 point per game? 1 point per game. I mean, what, 28 points from 29 games? That's less than a point per game, actually.
It's like you couldn't even write it better, honestly, the way the game went. Because they started out strong, to be fair to them. They were really bright. They were creating chances. Cunha could have scored even a couple. He hit the post, and they had a brilliant bit of skill where the goalkeeper pinged it all the way to him, and he took it down so well. Didn't finish it. But yeah, from those opening 20 minutes, I think it was, you thought, okay, this could be United's day. This could be finally be the game where they build off of how good they were against Arsenal and like clinch a win, get off on a good note and start the season properly. But
as games go, when a team has the momentum, Fulham felt the pressure and they gave away a really stupid penalty.
Do you like the WWE judo toss? from Calvin Bassey.
I don't know what he was doing. I don't honestly. I mean, but this is the thing though. They do this every week. I guarantee you, this is not the first time he's done this. He's just been penalized for it now.
Yeah. Oh, it was so egregious. Like you
No,
can't
it was,
let
yeah.
him
But
get away
they
with
do that all the time. It's so weird when they pick and choose to do it.
But Bruno,
It's one of the most
do we talk about him?
one of the most
لا
weird.
إله إلا الله. And all I can say, لا إله إلا الله.
Oh.
This guy, Manchester United will never do anything if they keep this guy in their team.
As their
Yeah.
captain.
He's kind of
As
a
anything.
symbol of everything that has gone wrong at United. Like you can't have
They
this
should
guy as
move
your
on.
captain.
They
I mean,
should move
he's
on.
okay. He can't be a symbol of everything that's gone wrong because he's been their best
It's not
player.
about his quality. It's not about his quality.
Yeah.
But when this is the guy that is leading you, it's just, bro, like this guy's so petulant.
Who should be their captain though? That's so weird to me. That you think, how can this guy be captain? And then you look at the rest of the squad. I'm like, oh, that's why he's captain because they have no one else.
I mean, Maguire's more of a captain, but he wasn't playing. But like,
He's more of a captain.
Even then,
He's like the
like-
Graham Potter of captains. Was Harry Maguire? I swear. There's no way.
such a weird comparison.
No, it's
Anyway,
a-
let's go back to the pen. He blazes it over. He mentioned like the referee put him off, but like, come on, that does not
Go on.
make you like.
It's
Blaze
not
it
that the
over
referee
like
just
that.
bumped into him and put him off. It's because he didn't apologize. Ref, can you
Did
apologize
you
to
even
me,
say
please?
thank you? What is this guy, JD Vance?
Ref, apologize to me and
You
I'll
can-
put it top bins. No, but it was such a bad. I mean, I don't know. Also, that's another weird thing with these kind of penalties. Sometimes when a player takes a slow run up, sometimes they just blast it, and that's what happens. Like
He didn't do his normal run up, by the way. He didn't do his little hopscotch.
No, but it was still a
like,
slow
little
run
jump.
up.
Yeah, but he didn't like do his little jump and then hit it.
Can you imagine? It's like
Anyway.
he's slowly stepping up to it, and then as he's getting closer to the ball, he's thinking, "Oh, I'm still so angry at the referee. Ooh, I'm gonna hit the ball hard. Ooh." Just goes
I'm
flying.
gonna imagine this ball is his head.
It was so
Yeah.
stupid. That changed.
I mean,
that changed the momentum of the game because from then on, it felt like Fulham had complete control of it. Kind of like they
Yeah,
played
Fulham
through their
came back
press.
after
They played
that,
through United's
but-
press so often, so easily.
Yeah, they were playing through them so easily.
And United couldn't make use of
But,
transitions like they did
And
against
because they don't
Arsenal.
have a proper midfield. They don't have a proper
Mbumo in
midfield.
this game was a lot more quiet than he was against
He was.
Arsenal. It felt like he was not being fed the ball as much.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I think,
but United
yeah.
did get the goal in the end from a corner.
That was
which-
also dubious.
dubious as well. Yeah. Oh my God, dubious. We both said it at the same time.
Dubious.
But that also
Yeah.
could have been chalked off for some foul play in the box when he shoved him shoved
Bassey.
Bassey
Yeah.
just before he went up. Which I'm surprised they didn't actually look at that, or
I'm
maybe
not,
they
'cause
didn't
it's
just didn't think it was enough. But like shoving
Manchester
the back
United.
with two hands. Yeah. I mean, you say that, but last week they got the
Oh yeah, that's true.
short end of the
Fair
straw.
enough. Fair enough.
And after that, like we said, it was all Fulham, right?
Yeah, it was pretty much they played
Yeah.
through them, but weird, like so frustratingly when we were watching them, it felt like they dilly dallied on the ball a lot, and they just
Who Fulham?
Fulham they just didn't make the obvious pass anywhere near as often as they should have, and in the end they tied the game from a good finish, from a good cross and a good finish from Smith Rowe, but it could have been
He had just come on as a sub
had-
like a minute.
they had the
before.
chance or they had the opportunities to win the game. So I think, I mean, obviously you take the point.
Yeah,
at
I
the
think they
end.
deserved it. They put them under a lot of pressure and they were creating chances. But yeah, also Bruno for that goal completely just let Smith
Yeah.
Rowe breeze past him. It doesn't follow him. And then he has the goal to turn around and give crap to the players around him. It's like, bro, the call is coming from inside the house, bro.
Yeah, I think from what we can take from this game going forward for United is I fully believe that the only players who look full on settled and like look like they will be consistent where they're playing is Cunha and Mbuemo, and everyone else it's like it's malleable, it's flexible. It's like they don't, like, none of them are performing how they should, or to the level at which you think they're going to stay there for the whole season. So he's changing Casemiro and
maybe
Ugarte
it's-
every week. Bruno doesn't
Yeah,
look good enough
yeah.
in this position. Dorgu is, I don't know if he's good enough. Amad Diallo, he's not a right wing back. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, they're forcing all of these, square shapes into round holes, and it doesn't
Maybe
feel
he
like
should
it's coming
change their
together.
formation.
Mainu on the bench
Maybe
again.
he should change formation.
He's never going to change his formation. He's so set on this for some reason.
Maybe it doesn't work. I don't think it's ever gonna work with Manchester with that team. Exactly.
It's gonna
I don't think
take
it's
two,
gonna work.
but this is the issue that United have is
They need
they're
new
somewhat
midfield.
impatient because the amount of time it's gonna take for them to rebuild the squad, they're not gonna give Amorim with the results they're gonna get.
The issue here is, though, you can excuse results and things if you're seeing some sort of progress. But I'm seeing the same issues
What?
that we were seeing last year.
I think this season there is a bit progress, a bit. You can see some good
But
points
in the
with
first
the
game,
team.
against Arsenal, for
Yeah,
sure, they were
and
looking
Mbeumo-
better.
Mbeumo and Cunha will
Yeah.
win them games, bro. That's the thing.
Yeah,
But this whole Bruno in the middle with either Casemiro or Garte, bro, it's not
it's never
working at
gonna work.
all.
Yeah, it's
Not
never
only
gonna work.
are you kind of stifling the best parts of Bruno's game, having him so deep, but also defensively, bro, they get cut through so many times, and teams are able
Yeah.
to just play around them so easily. And
I'm not gonna act like Mainu is a defensive midfielder because I don't think he is. But
no, he won't fit into this
sure,
team either.
but what's he gonna do then? Like, surely, what is he gonna push for a move? This is like, how can he just be sitting on the bench and watching Ugarte and Casemiro
I think he's
get
gonna
minutes?
wait out, and I think if he's smart, he waits out, and eventually, I think
Waits out.
Amorim
There is a
be
World
sacked.
Cup in the summer.
But he was never going to start, he's never going to start. For
Okay, no,
England
you're not start, but he could get called up
this
like he
World
did
Cup.
last time.
Yeah. But it depends. If he wants a move, he can genuinely get a move.
Anyway, we can all agree that Cunha and Mbeumo are the only good parts of Manchester United,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the rest are crap.
we'll see about Sesko.
I think probably the biggest result of the other games was probably Everton winning
Yeah.
2-0 in their new stadium
Against Brighton.
against Brighton.
And then
They were really up for it. I think the scoreline kind of tells a different story for what the game actually was, because if
It
you
was really
watch the
back and
game,
forth.
you would. It was not just back and forth. It was Brighton easily could have been 2-0 up before Everton even had a chance, because they had a really big chance from Welbeck skied over the bar,
They had a
in the
penalty
first half.
saved. I just remembered.
and they had a penalty saved. It kind of papers over what actually happened in the game, but Everton did look pretty good generally, and Grealish had a great solid game. What's going on? Why are you guys smiling?
Because I can see you in the corner.
Oh, really? Oh. Hello, Mew Mew. Say hi to everyone out there.
I think she wants to talk shit about Grealish.
Yeah, his ponytail. He's going for a ponytail now.
It's the ponytail
But he had a
era.
decent game. He set up the first goal really well. He got credit assist for the second one, but it was really just a layoff.
didn't he get both assists?
Yeah, he did.
He did, yeah. The second one was just a layup, but the first one he genuinely created that goal. So fair play to him.
He looks good. I mean, he's gonna be their most
He looks
probably
good.
their most important player.
He looked good, huh, Walid? Huh? He looked
looked-
good in that ponytail, huh?
I prefer the old haircut.
His calves were on display, huh, Walid?
These guys are always on display. I've got the
You're
same
a
calves.
calf guy, huh?
I've got similar calves.
You wish, bro. You wish you had.
I've got like the average man version of those calves.
Let's forget
Anyway,
about
should
his
we-
calves and
Yeah.
Hey, you guys
focus more on
started
the
it.
game.
We can touch on Brentford Villa a bit. I mean, a big result for Brentford
Yeah, huge win.
I did
for
not
them,
expect
to
it
get off up and
whatsoever.
running.
because I did put them in relegation zone in my predictions. So I thought this was going to be one of those games that they just found too difficult, but they.
Well, the
stepped
first
up.
half they were really good. They, other than the goal that they scored, they were creating chances and they were looking dangerous. And I think they had a goal disallowed as well, which was a bit iffy in terms of a decision. But credit to them, they were really positive. And Villa up until maybe the 60th minute were again looking really uninspired. It was not really working at all going forward, and they were playing really narrow. There was no space, and they were just really struggling to do anything.
They can't really. They're not really creating much at all, and they're usually reliable
they had,
players.
oh my god, I'm looking at it right now. They had 76% possession. 76.
I don't even remember
and
them
yet
having
they
that
were
much
only able
possession.
to create. They only able to create 1.2 xg, the same as Brentford. 17 shots, only 2 on target. You can imagine. I think most of those were long distance, hopeful, hit and hope kind of shots.
Yeah, I mean,
so really concerning for them.
In the end, I guess you could say it's easy to say when your best players aren't performing, you're not going to win. But I mean, Chelsea didn't have Palmer and they scored 5 goals. So I think with Villa, not Rodgers and Watkins not performing to their usual level is kind of apparent that they're not going to. They're just can't score without them.
I think it's as simple. It was a bad game for Aston Villa. That's it.
We can say one sentence maybe about Bournemouth and Wolves just because we literally didn't watch it. So routine win for Bournemouth.
I saw the goal though.
It was a good goal.
And some of their chances, they looked like their usual selves.
Goal.
Bournemouth. They were going to score eventually, I think.
Yeah, and they got a
I
red card.
didn't see shit in that game.
Wolves looking like they're going to be down there this season again.
Yeah.
So
They showed considerably less
looking
fight
bleak for them.
than Brentford.
Burnley got a big win as well.
Yep.
Another team that you would put down there, but they got a win. It'll be a big boost for these kinds of teams to get a win already under their belt. Someone got a win. Burnley have a win. Leeds have a win already. I think last year it took Southampton like maybe 10 or 12 games, 11 games, something like that, for them to get their first win. Ipswich also took a long time to get a win. So to be able to say like, yeah, we've got a win already, it's a big thing for their seasons.
We're getting a win before Villa or Newcastle this season. And the last game to touch on, Palace won, Forest won.
Yeah, again, another game that was on at the same time as some other games, so we didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
Saw the goals. And,
great assist from Ndoye.
Yeah, it was a good goal.
I really like Ndoye.
That equalizer.
I'm going to put him on my FPL eventually. Abdullah doesn't want to say shit.
Yeah.
For Palace, it's not a bad result. It's a decent result. They've still got like a few more days of the window to be able to make some moves, but with Gehi also heavily rumored to be leaving soon, they're going to be left threadbare if they don't, get their stuff together.
Coming up to the end now. I just want to ask a quick question. How many games in a row would it take without a win, would it take for Amorim to get sacked?
Well, they've got some tough fixtures coming up after this week. This week, actually, they've got Burnley at home. That is a must win. If they don't win that, then they're coming up against City the week after. They've got Chelsea after that. They've got Brentford away again, a game they should be winning. But they've got some big games coming up, and if they don't win that game against Burnley, it could really set off a chain of.
They are getting fucked. They are getting fucked. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
No, I mean,
But I don't think
Burnley.
even if they lose, if they must beat Burnley.
I just pray he stays long enough for us to play them.
I think he's gonna stay at least until the winter window.
You say that he stays until winter, but like if close around that period or getting to that period, they're like mid-table. Would they not just sack him?
No, they would definitely sack him.
Right.
I don't think
if he's like not 10th, if he's not top 10, he's getting sacked.
If he's not like top 7, top 8 in that time, they won't sack him?
No, I don't think they're gonna sack him. If they sack him, who gonna want to join United? After all these goals, all over those years, they should keep Amorim.
Should keep him.
They should.
They should.
Okay.
They should.
That is a take.
See, I'm a big supporter of United managers. I wish they would keep all their managers they've ever had.
Should we take a look at some of the big games next week? Off the bat, we spoke about it earlier. Liverpool, Arsenal. That's going to be a titanic game.
Who you got winning?
I mean, we're at home, so
Liverpool.
I have to back the boys.
Yeah, Liverpool.
And they're going to be without Saka, without Odegaard.
I think Liverpool is going to win.
Sure, let's hope. I mean, they're going to have to also get their shit together for this one. But I think this could be a huge marker if they win this one. It sets the tone.
I mean, Arsenal fans think they're going to win, so let's see. Thank you for joining us again for our reactions to the match week 2.
Let us know what you guys thought as well. If whoever's watching, leave us some comments. Tell us what you thought about some of the games. Did we have any opinions that you disagreed with? As always, follow us on Spotify, YouTube. We've got an Insta page. We've got TikTok. So please make sure to follow us.
Follow us on everything and comment
everything and anything.
Follow. Goodbye.